Ever get the feeling you're watching history twist in real time? Because that's exactly what's happening right now with Prince Harry. The House of Lords has officially moved forward with a petition to strip him of all his royal titles, an unprecedented move that's shaking the very core of the monarchy. And this isn't just about removing Duke of Sussex from his email signature. This is about severing the final threads tying him to his royal identity. No more His Royal Highness. No more special treatment, just plain old Harry. And make no mistake, this didn't just pop up overnight. The tension's been building for years. The Oprah interview, the explosive Netflix docuseries, the tell-all memoir, every headline chipped away at the fragile barrier separating the royal family from the chaos of public scandal. But this petition, this feels different. This is the British establishment finally stepping in and making its move. Let's be honest. When Harry and Meghan packed their bags, left the palace behind, and landed in sunny Montecito, most people figured they'd just settle down, raise their kids, and post the occasional artsy baby photo. But instead, what we got was a relentless media circus. Explosive interviews, accusations of racism, allegations of mental health neglect, and claims of betrayal. It didn't just ruffle a few royal feathers, it sent shockwaves through the entire monarchy.
40 minutes into the podcast, this little picture, quite a grainy picture, flashed up, which shows a basket of, homemade preserves with a card on it, HRH, Duchess of Sussex, Meghan.
You dropped off this gift basket with ice creams, homemade strawberry sauce to put on top of the ice cream.
I find it a little bit cringe to give a gift to a close friend and sign it Her Royal Highness.
Why even in private? She's using that full title, Her Royal Highness.
I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm going to put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
The British monarchy, whether you love it or hate it, survives on control, structure, and silence. Growing up royal is like signing an invisible NDA with history itself. All the drama stays hidden in the drawing room, and any tears are kept strictly behind palace doors. But Harry, he didn't just break the rules. He grabbed the mic and started airing every secret like it was a chart-topping mixtape. Now, the real question on everyone's mind isn't even just about whether he should lose his titles. It's about what it really means to be royal anymore. Can you really walk away from the job, openly criticize the entire institution, cash in on your royal heritage, and still expect to be called a prince? That's exactly what's pushing the House of Lords to take action right now. Their message is simple. If you want out, you're out, titles included. And Britain isn't alone. All over Europe, royal families are tightening up and modernizing, shedding extra titles to stay relevant. Sweden did it. Denmark did it. Even Spain is rethinking its traditions. The message is clear: contribute or step aside. To a lot of people in Britain, Harry did neither. He walked away from the job but tried to keep all the perks. You can't slam the door shut and then come back asking for the key. These titles aren't just fancy extras or something to stick in an Instagram bio. They represent service, duty, and real sacrifice.
They want it both ways. These people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want attention.
At least that's what the royal institution wants you to believe. But the moment you start turning those titles into marketing tools, it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. You can't call out the firm for being toxic in a Netflix docuseries and then act shocked when they come after your royal badge. Now, to be fair, Harry isn't pretending to be a working royal anymore. But the fallout from his choices doesn't just land on him. It hits Meghan, too. Even though her name isn't on the petition, her fingerprints are everywhere in this story. Right from the start, Meghan came in bold, outspoken, and completely unwilling to play the silent, smiling duchess role. Some people loved that energy, but plenty of others didn't. Together, Harry and Meghan rebranded royalty from sunny California and turned Buckingham Palace into prime content. Maybe that alone would have been forgivable if they hadn't decided to burn every bridge on their way out. Page after page, episode after episode, they exposed every detail. And the monarchy, it's reached its breaking point. The storm has hit and Harry is standing right in the center. Buckingham Palace has always tried to be a fortress of silence, decades of scandals, high-profile divorces, endless tabloid drama. Through it all, the motto never changed: never complain, never explain. But even the strongest walls eventually crack when the attacks keep coming. This petition from the House of Lords, it's not just some paperwork, it's a clear warning shot. And don't be fooled, they've been getting ready for this move for a long time. For a lot of the public, this feels way overdue. Not because Harry simply walked away from the palace. After all, people leave family drama behind every day. It's about the way he did it. You can't go on international TV and call out your entire family, then publish a memoir loaded with blow-by-blow details of royal drama, and still expect the institution to welcome you back with open arms. Harry named names, leveled accusations about his family planting stories, gaslighting Meghan, and letting her suffer in silence. Whether people believe it or not, the sheer weight of those claims shattered the royal poker face for good. And this is where things get really complicated. Because behind the palace walls, it's not just about loyalty, it's about precedent. What happens if they let Harry keep his titles after all this? What kind of message does that send to every duke, earl, and distant royal relative watching from the sidelines? That you can turn your family's secrets into a content goldmine and still keep your seat at the royal table. The monarchy has survived for centuries by guarding its structure with an iron grip. And when someone shakes the foundation, the reaction might be slow, but it's always decisive. And this isn't just about Britain. Other royal houses around the world are paying close attention. In an age when public opinion can make or break even the most ancient institutions, royal titles aren't just for show, they're pure PR. Those titles come with expectations, strict obligations, and rules that everyone is supposed to follow. But Harry has been rewriting those rules like he's running a Silicon Valley startup, not walking away from a centuries-old throne. Let's not forget the multi-million-dollar Netflix deal, the Spotify podcasts, and the tell-all memoir. He's turned his royal exit into a modern media empire. Every move Harry and Meghan have made feels less like a step toward service and more like a giant leap into the world of spotlight capitalism. Critics say they didn't just leave for peace, they left for profit. They didn't run from the system, they spun it into their own personal brand. You can't try to trademark rebellion and still expect to wear the badge of royal duty. But of course, it's not all black and white. Some people truly believe Harry was cornered, that he was trying to modernize the monarchy and simply got shut out. They see his boldness as courage, not betrayal. To them, Meghan didn't manipulate him. She showed him there's a life outside the palace, one where he didn't have to shrink himself to fit the crown. Even with that more sympathetic view, the fallout is impossible to ignore. The monarchy is so much more than just a family. It's an institution, a global symbol, and a carefully protected image. When that symbol gets dragged through the mud, the system doesn't just let it slide. It hits back, quietly, legally, and with full force. And that's exactly what this petition is, the institution defending itself. Some people think it's too harsh, that no matter what Harry has said or done, he's still King Charles' son. Some say that stripping Harry of his titles is just petty revenge. But others argue it's not about punishment, it's about protocol. A royal title isn't some participation trophy you get to keep just because you were born into it. You have to earn it, live up to it, and respect what it represents. And as far as the House of Lords is concerned, Harry no longer measures up. Whether this petition actually succeeds or not, the message is already loud and clear. The days of royals spilling secrets while holding onto their crowns are coming to an end. The monarchy is drawing a hard line in the sand, and Harry may have just crossed it for good. Every institution has its breaking point, and for the British monarchy, it looks like Prince Harry just hit the final nerve. What started as a couple's quest for freedom has now turned into a full-blown unraveling of royal legacy, loyalty, and lineage. If the petition goes through and Harry is officially stripped of all his royal titles, it'll be the first time in modern memory that someone born so deep within the crown is kicked out, not by exile, but by a legal move. Of course, this won't erase Harry as a person. He'll always be Diana's son with a record of military service and a famous past. But it will completely redefine him. No more Duke of Sussex. No more His Royal Highness. Just Harry, the man, the husband, the outsider. And that kind of transformation is something the monarchy almost never allows, especially not without a fight. For most in the royal establishment, this isn't about revenge. It's about survival. The royal family has survived for centuries by quietly adapting behind palace walls, not by airing its secrets on Netflix. Public outrage might explode with every new interview or headline, but true constitutional loyalty runs much deeper. When Harry turned the crown into content, monetized his memories, and used his royal past for streaming deals and book sales, he went from being just a rebel to becoming a liability. His memoir, from exposing fistfights with William, to recounting therapy sessions, to subtle jabs at Camilla, the whole book felt like a declaration of emotional warfare. And every page chipped away at the institution's reputation for discretion and dignity. You can only pull back the palace curtain so far before the whole show starts to unravel. There was a time when Harry was seen as the most relatable royal, the soldier, the humanitarian, the loyal brother living in the shadow of a future king, using his position to genuinely connect with people. But in his pursuit of authenticity, he traded quiet diplomacy for headline-grabbing drama. He didn't just step away, he made sure everyone heard it. And that kind of noise doesn't mix with centuries-old traditions. Meghan's role in all this remains just as polarizing. To some, she's the spark that finally woke Harry up. To others, she's the flame that burned all his bridges. Whether you believe she empowered him to finally speak out or led him down a risky path, her influence in this story is impossible to deny. Together, Harry and Meghan have built an entire brand around truth-telling. But critics argue it's less about speaking truth and more about controlling the narrative. The British public is deeply divided. Some admire Harry's courage to speak out. Others see Harry's actions as a straight-up betrayal of royal duty. But even the people who admire his courage know that doesn't make him immune from consequences. The monarchy was never designed to be a reality show. When a prince turns his crown into a media spectacle, the royal system has no choice but to respond, even if it means cutting off one of its own. If this petition goes through, it'll set a powerful precedent, a clear warning to future royals: you're either in or you're out. No more half-royal hybrids making money off royal mystique while lobbing criticisms from a distance. The door closing behind Harry might never open again, not for him, and not for anyone else who tries to walk the same path. This isn't just about losing titles, it's about drawing boundaries. It's about what happens when tradition smashes up against total transparency, when personal freedom runs headfirst into the weight of inherited responsibility. And at the heart of this drama is a man who once stood for the monarchy's soft, relatable side, now facing the harsh consequences of questioning the very core of the crown. Whatever comes next, one message from the monarchy couldn't be clearer. Royalty isn't just a label, it's a role. And roles come with rules. Break them, and even.